December is a vibrant and significant month for the Humbi community in Angola's Kunene region. During this time, families organize a fiko, a traditional wedding ceremony. It is also the period when teenage girls are given in marriage. The celebrations include the slaughtering of cows and the playing of beautiful traditional music. 10 teenage girls from various homesteads secretly selected for the efiko, including Nehovaya Henge. Typically, the girls are not informed about the efiko. In advance, they are secretly summoned and a white special powder is thrown in their faces to weaken them and prevent escape, as some girls feel apprehensive and resistant to the ideas of being given in marriage, particularly to older men. Nehovaya Henge had heard whispers about the fiko, but didn't expect it to be her turn yet, as her breast hadn't fully developed, which is one of the physical signs the village elders consider, despite her having started her period. Secretly, her grandmother arranged for her to participate in the fiko. 5 cows were slaughtered for the ceremony, 4 from girls in the different village and 1 from Nehova's family. Nehovaya Henge's grandmother knew that Nehova would resist being given in marriage and might try to escape, as Nehova had dreams of studying, getting a job, and having a beautiful white wedding. One day, while being called by her grandmother, Nehova felt something thrown on her face. It was the white powder. Nehova started to feel dizzy and fell to the ground. After a few hours, the girls regained consciousness. Nehova woke up to find herself dressed in beautiful African print traditional attire. The elderly women had roomed there, wrapping a long piece of fabric around her waist and adorning her waist with colorful beads. Her chest was covered with beads arranged in a crisscross pattern. They had styled her hair into 2 large cornrow braids, decorated with beads and smeared with cow fat to give off a pleasant scent. Her wrists were adorned with bracelets made from the skin of the cows she had seen slaughtered earlier. Nehova was unhappy with the entire arrangement, as she heard other dreams and plans for her life. The next day, the brides, including Nehova and the other 9 girls, now called Vafiko, were placed in a hut. They sat in a long row with their katwandolas, similarly to bridesmaids, in front of them as per tradition. It was now time for people to see who the Vafiko were. According to tradition, the men seeking brides and guests who paid a contribution could enter to see the girls' faces. One evening, Nehova had her katondolo decide to flee into the bush because she didn't want to marry the men who had paid her lobola price. They ran for miles and eventually rested under a BOAABAB tree. This tree was known for its legend that if someone sat under it, its large branches would flex up and trap them inside. This is exactly what happened to Nehova. They were trapped by the BOAABAB tree. They screamed for help, but no one was around to hear them. Their families searched for them, fearing they had been attacked by the Makishi, known as monsters, and believing they had been killed. Weeks passed with no sign of the girls. One day, an elderly woman went to the bush to collect firewood. She found some branches near the BOAABAB tree, but they were infested with termites. As she shook off the termites, she heard sounds coming from deep within the BOAABAB tree. She heard a girl singing, Oveka kuluka ndiove pupu nkelewa pumina nale pupu kaduhe puleke umbo pupu kucha omu kwa walya Nehovaya Henga pupu. When the singing stopped, the elderly woman realized that the girl who had been declared dead by her family in Mulonda village was actually alive. Terrified and shocked, she quickly ran back to the village to inform the parents of the girls. Unfortunately, no one believed her and they cursed her, accusing her of being mad or a witch. Some days later, the elderly woman, she decided to return to the same spot. She shook the branches again, and with the weak voices, the girls started singing once again. This time, another person collecting wood witnessed the singing. Both of them ran back to the village to report that the girls were alive. This time the villagers believed the elderly woman. They went to the BOAOBAB tree, cut off the branches, and found the missing girls. The families were overjoyed.